Yo, what's good? You are not watching the 80 Ways Media podcast. It's your boy, Really Reap. Come check out the vibes with me. Chill, post a like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get into it. Yo, what's good, man? It's your boy, Really Reap. So today we talking about none other than Big U. He was very famous as Crip from LA. I seen him on a few podcasts before. You know what I'm saying? Then the information that's been coming out for us has been crazy, man. Like, we ain't know he was running shit like that, man. Well, at least I'm on the East Coast, so I had no idea he was running shit like this, man. And it's kind of crazy, man, because I was a little kid when I heard about Tookie Williams, and he's like the modern day Tookie Williams to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, like, damn, I don't know if that's different sets or if I'm stepping on something. So let me not worry about the gang stuff, but for real, I'm sitting over here like, dang, yo, that's crazy. But it's been some celebrities named in that indictment. Now, I usually don't like to do federal indictments because they so serious, and it's impossible to defend yourself once you get involved in one. But today we're gonna go ahead and read the article that says all of the celebrity names that's in the indictment. Now, if you don't know who Big U is, please do your Googles. You know what I'm saying, just like I had to. So let's continue going. So, Big U RICO, all the celebrities mentioned in federal papers. Big U faces RICO charges after surrendering to federal agents last week. Federal authorities have launched a significant crackdown in Los Angeles, resulting in the arrest of Eugene Big U Henley, along with several other associates. Henley, a former leader of the Rollin '60s Crips, has long been a figure in both the music industry and his community, often portraying himself as an advocate for change. However, federal prosecutors allege that his ties to organized crime remain strong. According to a newly unsealed affidavit, Henley is accused of orchestrating a criminal enterprise that is engaged in extortion, robbery, fraud, human trafficking, and even murder. So if you don't know, a CCE, which is continuing criminal enterprise, is probably the worst charge you can get by the federal government. We all learned the hard way, but if you didn't know that, that's what it is. The affidavit and the criminal complaint names Henley alongside six co-defendants: Sylvester Robinson, Mark Martin, Tremaine Ashley Williams, Armani Afflegi, Frederick Blandon Jr., and Tiffany Shanrika Hines. So let's get to where the celebrities at. The Big U Enterprise and the check-in scheme. The federal complaint details an alleged organized crime network referred to as the Big U Enterprise, which authorities say functioned in a mafia-like manner. Investigators claim that Henley utilized his reputation and long-standing ties with the Rollin '60s Crips to intimidate individuals and businesses into compliance. The indictment includes charges for racketeering conspiracy, robbery and extortion, transportation for prostitution, bank fraud and wire fraud, obstruction of justice and evidence tampering, murder, and kidnapping. All of those are life sentence charges. The key aspect of the indictment involves the infamous check-in scheme. Authorities describe it as a system where individuals, particularly entertainers and athletes, were required to pay a tax or a fee when visiting LA. This payment supposedly provided protection from criminal elements. Though federal investigators argued that Henley and his organization manufactured the very threats they claim to guard against. So basically what they're saying is he will organize the check-ins and make people check in and pay a tax for protection. But if anything happened, it was somebody from his camp that was doing it to make sure that they paid it. So it wasn't like a community watch type thing. That's basically what they're saying. Celebrities mentioned in the investigation. This is what we all here for. The federal investigators have cited several celebrity interviewers as part of their evidence, while others have been directly linked to the dealings with Henley. The federal documents suggest that Henley used his connections in the entertainment industry to further his criminal enterprise. Though it should be noted, authorities have not publicly charged or accused any celebrities of wrongdoing at this time. Corrupt. Oh, man. Corrupt is named in that junk. Wow. Corrupt, a self-admitted member of the Rollin '60s was one of Big U's first clients when Big U transitioned into the music industry, according to investigators. During Big U's incarceration, Corrupt maintained contact with him, ensuring that he remained informed about developments in the music industry. After Big U's release from prison in 2004, Corrupt introduced him to key figures in the hip-hop scene, including Suge Knight. Big U later became Corrupt's manager, helping him navigate both industry and the street. I remember Corrupt. Cali is active. Wow, they got Snoop Dogg in this joint too. Snoop Dogg was in the indictment, bro. That's crazy. Snoop Dogg described Big U in the docu-series Hip Hop Uncovered as institutionalized, short-tempered, but also a leader. While the affidavit does not provide further details on Snoop Dogg's involvement beyond these statements, the comments support Big U's self-portrayal as someone focused on uplifting his community rather than harming. Suge Knight. Suge Knight already locked up. Investigators claim Corrupt introduced Big U to Suge Knight, the former CEO of Death Row Records. Upon Big U's release from prison in 2004, Knight reportedly provided him with financial support. In return, Big U reportedly claimed to have later bailed Knight out of jail and covered his legal fees. The authorities suggest that Big U modeled aspects of his Big U enterprise after Knight's operations, hiring gang members under the guise of legitimate business. Nipsey Hussle, R.I.P. man. Probably, man, Nipsey really, like, his music that he dropped, really, like, I'm telling you, that was some real good finite music, bro. Like, I fuck with Nipsey, yo. That was some finite ass music, bro. I can still bump that to this day. And this is coming from somebody who y'all claiming is a gang member and street nigga, bro. But that I really, like, his music, I really heard his music. Like, I really understood it. Let's get into it, though. Big U formed a relationship with Nipsey Hussle around 2008. Their relationship deteriorated over a dispute concerning equipment at Big U's shop. Nipsey later recorded a diss track targeting Big U. In the docuseries, Big U recounted that although they reconciled, he once attempted to have Nipsey disciplined for the song, but Nipsey's brother intervened and prevented the situation from escalating. The affidavit states the LAPD responded to the incident, which involved violence and gunfire. Dang, Big U getting it in like that, man. That's crazy. Dr. Dre, god damn. Dr. Dre, this is all the OGs from the West Coast. All of them in this shit too. It just, man, stay to the end of this video, man. I'm gonna tell y'all what I think about this. Dr. Dre is referenced in this docuseries stating that having an OG like Big U is helpful to clear the streets. Beyond this quote, Dr. Dre does not appear to have further involvement in this case. James Bimmy Atney and Steve Lobel. Industry veterans James Bimmy Atney and Steve Lobel spoke about Big U's influence in LA, particularly regarding safety in the city. Quando Rondo. I've been hearing a lot about this one. Quando Rondo and Big U had an online dispute that later surfaced in the affidavit. The document cites Big U's comments in the Hip Hop Uncovered docuseries where he mentioned Quando Rondo as an example of someone who failed to check in until it was too late. Trick. Detroit rapper Trick check-in policies, particularly his enforcement of a no-fly zone in Detroit, are detailed in this affidavit. He explained how he controlled access to his city in the Hip Hop Uncovered docuseries. Academics is in this joint. Oh my gosh. DJ Academics explained the check-in process in the docuseries, comparing it to a commission paid to gangs or neighborhoods where OGs like Big U operate. AB, which is Adrian Broner, the boxer. This was when he was hot. This had to be when he was hot. The affidavit refers to the professional boxer Adrian Broner, detailing a rigged dice game in 2019 involving NBA players. Witnesses claim AB and his associates cheated NBA players out of millions using teased dice, which Broner failed to check in. Members of Big U's enterprise were allegedly instructed to rough him up and recover money on behalf of defrauded NBA players. Big U was reportedly paid $100,000 for brokering the repayment. Rayshawn Williams. Big U is accused of kidnapping and murdering Rayshawn Williams, one of his artists, over a dispute related to a recording studio. Investigators claim that a cell phone location data supports Big U's involvement. And as we all know, No Jumper and Vlad TV, the affidavit references an interview on No Jumper in which Tremaine Ashley Williams, aka Loose Cannon, discussed crimes and his role in Big U's right hand as Big U's right hand man. It also cites a segment from both No Jumper and Vlad TV alleging that Big U attempted to have certain interviews removed from these platforms. Both DJ Vlad and Adam 22 later stated that their content had no involvement in the crimes mentioned in the case. WAC 100. The federal documents reveals tension between WAC 100 and Big U. Federal authorities allege that Big U made threats against WAC 100 and intercepted conversation, even discussing a possible attempt on WAC's life. So yeah, that's crazy. And then they got Meek Mill and Rick Ross in it. They didn't. That's something that I just did a video on. But we'll go on. PNB Rock. PNB Rock cites an interview where Williams discussed the robbery and murder of PNB Rock. He claimed that PNB Rock, they told PNB Rock to comply, assuring him that they would recover his jewelry later. Yo, that's crazy. PNB Rock, Wiz Khalifa and T.I. Big U allegedly demanded $30,000 for an event expected to feature Wiz Khalifa and T.I. When they did not appear, Henley and his associates extorted the event promoter, forcing them to pay the sum. Shaquille O'Neal. The LA Times reported that Shaquille O'Neal donated money to Developing Options, Big U's nonprofit organization. Federal authorities allege that Henley embezzled these funds, diverting them for personal use instead of community projects. Draymond Green. Similarly, the same report claims NBA star Draymond Green donated $20,000 to Developing Options in 2019, and the affidavit alleges that Henley misappropriated the entire donation, transferring it to his personal checking account. So, it's a lot of business going on over there, man. And it seems like Henley is right, Big U, whatever they call him, is right in the middle of it, man. And it's a lot of business out there, bro. I mean, but it's a lot of rappers that I didn't expect to be mentioning it. But of course, they mention his name in these interviews and in these documents and docuseries and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's kind of like one of those situations where it's like, if you know you're doing dirt, you're not supposed to be on camera. But of course, the more you're known, the more you get paid. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it is. He was all, I can see him misappropriating the funds a little bit, but not as much as maybe they saying so. Like they saying Shaq donated, Draymond donated, and he took their money and he put it in his pocket. They're saying that he had something to do with PNB Rock, which all had us crying. Nipsey had us crying. And I'm sure Quando Rondo and all of them had people hurt too. And his own artists had people hurt too. So they've been building this for a long time. See, that's why I don't do stuff on the feds, because it's like the feds will be working on this stuff for 6-7 years and you have no idea, no clue. And just as things start to get better and you start to get more widely known and you ready to pivot your next step, that's when they come and just take that shit right from you. So, and it's almost like a Robin Hood kind of situation where it's just like, damn, oh, you think you big and bad? They wait for the perfect time and they pull it right underneath your sneakers. You done had 3 or 4 kids by then. It just be a whole lot of stuff, but it's not wrong on their part that I'm saying. I'm just saying like that's just how it works. But yeah, man, I heard he operated like Debo, and everybody's scared of Debo. You know what I'm saying? You gotta pay the fees, or else something gonna happen. That could have been what happened with PNB Rock. It all starts to make sense now. I can't really say nothing about Nip because Nip was a Rollin 60s member. You would think that protection would be all the time because you're a member, but something could have went wrong, like they said, something went wrong, and that's just what happened, and it could have been ordered. Like Nip probably won't pay no fee. Like you never know, you know what I'm saying? But Yeah, this is crazy. It's a lot of celebrities mentioned in this, and then of course you already knew Whack and Vlad and No Jumper, Adam 22. You already knew they was gonna be mentioned. That's like a base of operations. A lot of the Crips go on their platforms, and a lot of Crips got something to do with them. Loose Cannon was just starting to really blow up. You know what I'm saying, on the East Coast. My homeboy did a video about him, and I was just like, yo, dang, who is Loose Cannon? So I went and looked him up, and I found out where he from, LA vibes. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, just to let y'all know, man, just because y'all most feared in the city and you run the city, you actually really don't run the city. The feds run the city, man. I hate to say it, they may not run it at the time period, but then as soon as they come, man, they run the city. That's what really goes to show you who really run it. I mean, I'm sure he was just trying to make a way, get it how he lived, and all of that stuff came with it, or whatever they accusing him of came with it. But you don't really run the city like you think you do, man. And, you know what I'm saying? Even though it feels like it, you know what I'm saying? You don't really. And all they needed to hear about is see that shit with AB, with him taking that dice game for $1.5 million. That's all they need to know. Once you start dealing with large quantities of money, man, they gonna dig into that, and something might come back on AB. So you never know, like, and then all of the murder. Once you mix murder in with it, like, you pretty much screwed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Murder and extortion and shit like that. And it's just a lot of it's a criminal enterprise at that point. You know what I'm saying? And then it's gang affiliated too. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff going on over there, man. But y'all keep me updated by putting in the comments whatever y'all come up with, man. I didn't know that many entertainers was gonna be in it. But y'all put me on game with this, cause this is crazy. Like, you know, I didn't think that all of them charges would stick, but because it's the feds, you know it's gonna be a lot of time. Period, flat out. So man, I guess that's the end of this video, man. It's your boy Really Rick. I'm gone, yo.